fabulous Flacco. My God, Shelby Harris. Nice block kick. JOK with what a nail. That guy was stuck, that guy. So Darius Smith, I hope he's okay. Got a big tackle in this game. But back in the playoffs. No Chubb, no Watson, no Cooper tonight, no problem. Browns are back in the playoffs. Back in the playoffs. Big time, baby. AFC South, watch out. And thank God they got this win for the playoffs, yes. But now we can take a breath. Hopefully the Ravens lose. If they don't, rest all your players. Everybody take a week off. Take care. Get in an ice chamber. Whatever it is you do, and rest up. Playoff team, Benji Billman. Let's go, Popester. Back in the playoffs. Exciting tonight. Tale of two halves. First half, fabulous Flacco, almost over 300 yards, was just amazing. 34 points. In the second half, the Browns had a very hard time moving the ball. Elijah Moore, hopefully he's okay. They, again, rest players. Marilyn Foster, take a week off, Browns. Just, get rested and get ready to go. What a season. So exciting. Great to see the defense step up in the second half. Shelby Harris, I thought, made the key play. Once that field goal should have been in. Shelby Harris blocked the field goal, and the 17-point lead stuck through us the whole second half. Mini bye week coming up. Mini bye week and then some. Rest your players. Great to see the players run around the field. This is good. 10 days of rest, Robin Ann's right. Robin Ann and I will be playing Cincinnati next week. Wackiest game. Such a tale of two halves. First half, all offense, all go. Flacco going everywhere. Second half, it was just hang on for dear life with your defense. But that's okay. They did. The Browns defense did a great job in this game. Again, I thought the Shelby Harris blocked field goal set the tone for the second half. The Jets could never get out of that 17-point lead. Let's go, says Irving Velo. This is so fun to see. John Potter, great for the city. It's great. Now they can really scheme what they want to do next week. If the Ravens win, which we hope they don't, you can rest players. If they're not, you go full board. Every player's bought in. I agree with you about that, Robin. Players are bought in. City's bought in. We bought in as fans. Lifelong Barons fan. We all deserve playoffs, baby. It's great to be back. 2020 was great. Beating the Steelers, it was awesome. But boys never quit. But this team is such a team. To see a guy like Flacco play that way and Njoku standing on his head in this game. I know Njoku had a fumble, but he was great in this game. And just the amazing ability for the Browns to win without your top quarterback, your top running back, and your top wide receiver. Amazing. Just amazing. Imagine 10 years ago if you hear Flacco. Oh, my God. Flacco being chanted. Flacco. Flacco jerseys going everywhere. Flacco for president. I agree with you about that. Doesn't get any better than this. It doesn't get any better than this. And again, so well deserved to see the Browns just gut out a win where they didn't have their kicker, their punter, their running. Nick Chubb's doing the thing with the guitar at the beginning of the game. We didn't have him. We had fumbles in this game. It wasn't clean. And yet they hung in there. The JOK tackle. Alex Wright with another sack in this game. Garrett was great tonight. Zadarius Smith, back-to-back big games for Zadarius Smith in this game. JOK planted that guy in this game for the Jets. Just hard tackling. Emerson frustrated Wilson. Wilson never got going in the second half. Emerson's job on Wilson was great. Newsome giving him a forearm shiver was great. Let's go. Andy, you are the... I love you too, Brady. Let's go. Loved seeing Chubb in the guitar. So did I, R. Dylan. Happy New Year to you. Rachel, one of the best nights of my life. So great. Great. Again, to do this a week early, to be able to lead up now, put our feet up next Sunday, put our feet up and watch the games in enjoyment, to get this team a break. And again, this team Won a game. The Jets stink. Cool. Got it. Browns won this game on a four-string quarterback named Joe Flacco, who came out of nowhere. They had no Nick Chubb in this game, and they had no Amari Cooper. And they won the game by 17 points, where their offense stunk. Defense was great in the second half. Offense is great. And Flacco, the way Flacco plays, I don't doubt they can win any game in the playoffs. That includes in Baltimore again. That includes in Kansas City. This team is rock and roll. Just roll out the kits and let's bring on the band. JOK like playing like a boss. He really did. Art Dillon, that hit. You could feel it. Robin Ann, this season, this team gives me so much joy. I agree with you, Robin Ann. Total roller coaster of emotions all year. But they hung in there. I mean, to go from the Steelers game where DTR was starting, where we couldn't find anything, and then all of a sudden Hopkins makes a kick, a little play there from Ford to get the game winner. The great throw by Flacco to Cooper 2 weeks ago against the Bears where he threaded that needle. Great play. Tonight, offense in the first half was unbelievable. And Njoku stood on his head. He could do anything he wanted to in this game. And then you saw the complete 180. Defense dominated. Again, that Shelby Harris blocked field goal was, I thought, the game. Playoffs, here we go. Hee-haw. Next man up. Exactly. How do you sum up the season in one word? Fabulous. Fabulous Flacco. Jason, Happy New Year, brother. Love ya. I love Jason Seleskar. Oh, my gosh. Good dude. And Njoku is unreal. He really was. Baby, wake up. Official Cleveland Sports is on. That's right. Who wants to sponsor this show? Come on down. You like beer? We like lottery tickets, hotels, motels, Holiday Inn. Come on. Official Cleveland Sports, Believe in the Land. We take it all. Come and sponsor us. Come on. We're gonna be live. Akron, Kent State in 2 weeks. We're gonna be live. Going to Browns divisional round. They're going to win that first game. They're going to take care of the AFC South. And they're going to go, and they're going to win that second game round. We'll all be there. Now we can rest for the playoffs. Andy made my night. Oh, DeLange, thank you so much for the kind words, Noah. Imagine if we have all our players healthy. Rachel, it would be incredible. Again, to clinch the playoffs, they won tonight against the Jets. And I know Jets didn't have Rodgers. Okay. They did not have Chubb, Watson, or Cooper. And they won the game. With 37 points. Rock and roll, baby. Rock and roll. Give us Kansas City and I'll send Mahomes. I agree with you about that. Team of Destiny. Jake, to your point, I get the feeling. Like the Browns the year of Baker, I was worried about Kansas City. I didn't want to play certain teams. Roll out the balls. We can beat Buffalo. We can beat Houston. We can beat Baltimore. We can beat Kansas City. Miami, who cares? I'm not afraid of Miami. Bring on the fish. It'll be a fish fry. All these teams taking out the garbage. It is now time for the Browns to playoff march. This is not 2020 when we kind of thread the needle. This team can do damage. Real damage. And Flacco is a big part of it. Flacco I'll come back play of the year. I agree with you. Kicker back soon. I hope so. Boy, Patterson. Did need the Njoku to score a big parlay win. But yeah, exactly. Sorry about that, Chaos. We need everyone to get healthy. Yes, we do. Again, I would love to. We all want to see the Ravens lose. If the Ravens do win, I would rest. I am not a believer this year in this team. Oh, you need to keep players going and kicking. Browns need rest. Give these players rest. I don't care if we're playing fourth stringers against Cincinnati if it's a fifth seed locked up and that's all they get. Rest this team. I want to see rest. Why not us go Browns? 5 weeks ago, thought this team could make the playoffs, but not a playoff game now. Patron, this team can go very far. It feels so different from 2020. 2020 had good players too. I mean, Landry was very good that year. Baker had a very good year. He had a big win against Cincinnati that year. Big win on Sunday Night Football against the Giants. Great against the Titans. But Flacco is just playing so effortless. The only thing about the Browns, if they can just get some rest and some health, I think they got. I really do. Feels like guys can really heal. I agree with you about that. Njoku could be healed. Yes. Yo, Coach Paul, good to see you. No matter what happens in the playoffs, I'm happy about the season. I agree with you about that. These players have no idea what these fans will do when they keep winning. Robin Ann, I agree with you. You want to talk about a march, a parade. There will be a parade after every one of these wins. The Steeler win, to me, is very special. I know it's a pandemic. I don't care. I don't care. That win against those assholes, to win that game in Pittsburgh like that was great. The Browns this year, I don't fear any of these teams. Dolphins, bring them on. Ravens, bring them on. Bills, bring them on. No big deal. This team is awesome. I agree with you. JOK is everywhere. Ohio State tomorrow. Tigers, Buckeyes. Very interested to see the Buckeyes pulse in this game, Reggie, 4-2-3. I could see the Buckeyes being Devin Brown's a big opportunity for him to show some things. That line started off at 7.5 for the Buckeyes is down to 3. Any path to a home playoff game. If the Ravens keep losing and all the other underlings win, look, Buffalo can win a game. And the other wildcard team, the AFC to me is wide open. But I like Flacco's presence to win some games. I really do. If Flacco was a little younger and playing like this, would we move on from Watson? We probably would. David Redmond, we probably would. It's going to be an interesting offseason with Flacco and Watson. Gives the team ready to study for the AFC South. I agree with you, Oberellis. Again, I do want the division. I do want a home game. But if that's not possible, rest. AFC's wide open. Thoughts on Flacco for next season? The Browns need to really sit and think about, can we trade Watson for anything and maybe take money off the books? I mean, the big problem with that is the salary cap situation. But they're going to have to really sit and think about it. I hate to say it, but they're going to really have to. We need to keep the elf on the field. By the way, the elf on the field, who said that, by the way? One chance. One chance, baby. Hope you're doing well. I think the elf on the field's great. And by the way, that was the logo for the Browns back in the 50s and 60s. Call up Austin Watkins. We're going to need him. Time to move on from Watson. Patterson is scary. Hack, I knew was going to be good. Patterson, that extra point thing is weird, what he does. But it went in. I agree with the team rest. Need all the power and passion for the postseason. Andy Davis, I couldn't agree with you more. Everyone's saying move on from Watson. Flacco's going to be done. Joe, I think they got to really sit and think about it. If Flacco played this well, I think he can play again next year. And you got to really think and contemplate. Do you play someone like Flacco again from what we're seeing? Why not? They got to explore it. I think they got to explore it. It's going to be hard. If we had the defense in 2020, we're in the AFC Championship game. Reggie, this defense is pretty good. Browns defense is actually pretty good. I think the Browns defense is fine. Browns defense saved this game. And again, the key play in the second half was the Shelby Harris blocked field goal. Stop criticizing Watson. Got to stop. Joe, I like Watson a lot. This Flacco thing looks really good. We need to rest some of our players. It's playoff time, baby. That's right, R. Dillon. I've been a diehard fan since 73. I'm a little emotional. C-Town, it's great to see this. Great to clinch. Great not to have to wait one more week until the final week. Rest up dogs will show up. Ain't scared. I agree with you about that. The fact that I might have to watch P.J. Walker next week. Joe, who cares? Flacco's elite. I agree with you about that. God bless Kevin. Kevin is having, there's 2 coaches in this town that were going to get run out. J.B. Bickerstaff and Kevin Stefanski. J.B. Bickerstaff's done a great job with the Cavs. That's for tomorrow's show. Stefanski's been great. Stefanski's done a great job. And I'm not a Stefanski supporter. And I am now. Stefanski's been great. Stefanski has grown as a coach. I'm here for the round and find out. R. Dillon, I could not have said it better. I agree with you. Rest the starters next week. I would too, Los. That's what I've been saying. Got to rest the starters. I would put everybody in an ice chamber. I really, I'll tell you what. They got away with it, but that was a dice roll not playing Cooper in this game. Cooper must have been really hurt. That was a dice roll. Stop it with the Deshaun Watson trade talk. CT, born and bred, I'm just being honest. It's something they're going to have to think about. Look, what's going to happen? Watson's coming back and Flacco's gone. But it's something to think about. How can you not think about it? This has been fun. And again, Watson was, I went crazy for a reason. Watson was great against Baltimore. Great one. Sean needs a little competition. Keep Flacco and Watson on the roster. Reggie, I say we try to find a way to keep Flacco. I would love to do that. I think Flacco's going to want a starting job, though. Is Delpit able to return for the wild card? He is, yes. Thoughts on Jarvis Landry? I talked to a former ex-Browns player 2 years ago, and he thought Landry was washed up. I think Landry I would not reach out to be honest with you. If trade Watson, then they got to give off at DTR. Yes, I agree with you about that. DTR's got to stay healthy. Flacco's impressed me way more than Watson. I just feel like Flacco is doing something, Felicity, that's just eye-opening. I mean, he is moving the ball. He is that first half. I mean, that the whole game against Houston, that throw to Cooper against the Bears, what we saw tonight in that first half. How can you not consider keeping Flacco? Flacco just seems to be really good. We did it, LB Browns. Stop with this narrative. Look, C.T. Brown, born and bred. I love you, buddy. And I'll cheer for Watson if he's back next year. But I think you got it. Tonight was the first time I sat and thought, how do we keep this guy? Feels good. It really does. Don't love Stefanski either, but with injuries, Coach of the Year, yes. I really do. I really think so. I've been blown away by Stefanski. I think he's had a really great year coaching. Outside the Denver game was the only game I thought he did a bad job. It's financially stupid to consider trading Watson. Well, of course it is. Of course it is. I'm just talking C.T. Brown. Again, C-Town. Love you. Just being honest. I felt so sad for Chubb. I did too, LB Browns. I'm glad someone else said that. What's the word on Hopkins? Robin Ann, sounds like it's going to be week to week, but I'm hearing things that week to week is like divisional round AFC championship if it gets that far. I don't think we're going to see Hopkins, obviously, next week. I don't think we're going to see Hopkins for a while. Kevin Stefanski curtailed the offensive fit Joe Flacco. Remember this? CT born and bred. I'm just telling you what I'm seeing from Flacco. That's all I can say. OG version of Baker. I mean, better overall, but if Baker was taller, team would have been okay. I like what I see from Flacco a lot. Baker Mayfield, again, another player. He had a great 2020 season. He was wonderful. Watson was great in the Baltimore win. He was great in the Tennessee win this year. Really good in both games. Really good. But Flacco just seems to be playing on such a level. How can you just sit there and say, we're going to go back to Watson without contemplating, can you keep both? That's what I'm saying. I'll leave it there. Browns were able to run the ball pretty well. They weren't to the fumbles. Ford, late in the game, John Potter makes me nervous. I will say that. He makes me nervous. Happy New Year. I agree with you, Art Dillon. Happy New Year to you, too. 10 days of much needed rest. I agree with you. Holmes was so reliable and needed. Yes, he was. No worries, my brother. We're all Browns fans nation. That's right. Flacco fits. I kind of agree with you there. Watson's a dual threat. We have to remember he won the Baltimore game. Reggie, he was wonderful in the Baltimore game. He was wonderful in the Tennessee Titans game. I think Watson can do great big things. When you watch this, you got to start thinking, what do we do? How do we keep both? Flacco connects to this team. I agree with you. I will say, though, again, that Baltimore game, Watson was perfect in the second half. Perfect. 8-1 at home. Concern you? No. W. Guild? No. Nope. The playoffs, to me, are a much, much, much different animal. I think we'll be just fine. Bookies got bullied tonight. Yes, they did. Flacco's doing the same thing Nick Foles did for the Eagles. That's fair. That's fair. By the way, they won the Super Bowl. Might need a Tua jersey for the Sunday. And that's saying laugh because I'm an Auburn fan. Yeah, don't tell your Auburn fans that. No War Eagle, just roll Tide. To bring a guy in that division rival from Lime, Flacco, okay, Beaver, I think I know what you're saying there. He sees the tight end so much better. Yes, he does. He really does. And again, the first half, he was just so remarkable. Flacco around to find out what we think about Cooper and Moore. I think Cooper will be just fine. Moore's in concussion protocol. It's a much different story. Browns should never trade Donovan Peoples-Jones. I hated that trade. I didn't understand that trade. Donovan Peoples-Jones being here would have gone a long way for this team. Victory Friday. Agree with you. Injuries. Let's go. Visibly SC this week had so many Cleveland fans. One of the most raw. Oh, let's get there. Someone call up the We're Back department. File claim. Ever see a flag thrown after a replay? That was weird. That was weird. But it all worked out. Great to be back in the playoffs. Great to be where we're at. To be in the 5 seeds the worst. You can't get any better than that. Because that's the AFC South or a home game. That's what you want. It's perfect. Again, I don't fear any of these teams. I don't fear about the road either. Joe Flacco's a veteran, won a Super Bowl. Tillman looks young and weak. Justin, I think he had a rough night tonight, but the Jets' defense is very good. Playoffs, Ferguson. We're back, baby. Browns are back. Maddie is fun. Sharfish, good to see you. I mentioned Njoku for Kelsey. Yikes. Oh, Dylan. We're coming from the number 1 seed. God, I hope so. Come on, Fish. Myles Garrett gets held every time. Oh, yes, he does. I agree with you. Nothing better than a Pack West Third Bridge. After a playoff victory, that West Third Bridge doesn't seem so long, does it? Boy, you can make a fortune selling waters, by the way, on that bridge. Sorry, I'll stay positive. Let's go. Let's go, Justin. Great to see the Browns win. Browns clapping. Take care, my brother. C-Town, good to see you tonight. Happy holidays. Defense needs to continue to bring the energy. Trav, they did a great job in the second half. Complimentary football. First half was offense. Second half was defense. Again, keep playing the game. Shelby Harris blocked field goal. That Shelby Harris blocked field goal. The Jets had it 17 points, and it never felt like the Jets were going to get out of that 17-point box. And they weren't. They got there once, and then the Browns got the ball back, and after turnover and downs, they got the field goal. I will say Patterson makes you nervous. Hopefully that we get Hopkins back. As Robin Ann asked, it doesn't sound like Hopkins could be ready, though, until the divisional round if the Browns can get that far, and hopefully they do. Great to see the Flacco kids, by the way. Great win, Browns. Fabulous Flacco and our Cleveland Browns. Playoffs, baby. Buckle up. Get ready. The Browns are back.